It all got started really back in 1995. I was a senior in high school and had one or two beers in high school maybe, and had our first kegger. I remember getting a keg of Sierra Nevada, and it really changed my perspective on beer and the fact that you can have great craft beer and something that doesn't taste like nothing. That was kind of the turning point. I remember going to my dad at the time and saying, God, it would be great to start a brewery. And he's like, you're crazy, go to college. And so I did.
We sent a homebrew kit up to him, and he made a good decision for us in our business for the future. He was thinking about brewing, but he totally destroyed the dorm room because he blew it up. So right then we knew that we were in sales and marketing. We had to go find somebody who knew what the hell they were doing. That kind of inspired me beyond the point of go back to school, we're not going to do it, because I really enjoyed the craft beer scene as well and the brew pubs and all that. So that kind of put us to the next step of planning and really becoming serious about it.
Junior year, went over to Austria and fell in love with the brewing culture even more and continued to write that business plan. So the business plan was, 15 years in the making of this continual spreadsheet that never ended of guesses and assumptions. And then, said, Dad, I'd like to make this happen. He said, you're crazy, go to grad school. So I ended up doing that and learned a lot. I mean, after grad school, started my own business. He's an entrepreneur, and we were able to, learn and kind of cut our teeth. It was a continual research project where we weren't forced into making bad decisions. For 2.5 years, we interviewed 140 brewers.
The fact that we surveyed so many brewers and we found ones that were very successful in the quality of what they did, that's the key. If you don't have the quality beer, you're not going to last. I mean, people are going to come one time and not come back.
We're going to jump into this pipe dream that's been a pipe dream for 15 years, but it was a passion that we had. And I remember the final conversation. My father probably could have retired.
I was retired.
You were retired, and I said, hey, this is a great way to really make you retired and relax. And I don't think he's ever worked so hard in his life. Love what you do. I mean, this is something why we came together out of our other businesses. This is what we love doing. We didn't know we weren't happy until we actually did something that made us happy.
I'm in the middle of a boil process right now, so we're brewing our Lizard's Mouth Imperial IPA. Going to be adding several hop additions here over the next 20 minutes. Lizard's very full of hop character, so we got to make sure we're getting all the hops in there for that. Right now I'm going to add a couple late edition kettle hops. We kind of like to use many different varieties across the board for all of our beer styles, but this particular edition is pretty ripe with a vibrant citrus character from Cascade. A lot of grapefruit character, as well as some tropical citrus notes, maybe a little bit of lychee and guava from Citra that we also use in this IPA. Going to add this one, and then we have another one in about 10 minutes. I always love the smell right after we add hops in. Always smells so good. There's so many things going on right now with adding hops. Since we're still boiling right now, we are doing what's called isomerizing alpha acids. These are basically bitterness compounds that we're able to extract from the hops themselves. Without the heat of the boil, we wouldn't be able to do that. So adding this bitterness and this kind of fruit character is going to lend well to the IPA. If we didn't add any of these hops, the beer would just be so sweet, it's almost undrinkable. So now you can see it's starting to get vibrant here. What's happening right now with all these bubbles, this is called nucleation. So just like if you were making pasta or something, if you notice right when the water is boiling, if you add something to it, you'll see bubbles start to come off of it, especially if there's starch involved or some kind of sugar. Adding hops, it's really important to know what kind of flavor or aroma profile you're looking for. If we add hops earlier in the boil, that's going to extract a lot more bitterness out of those varietals. If we add them towards the back end, towards the end of the boil, that's going to focus more on aromatic qualities. This got maybe about 8 more minutes, and then I'm gonna add this bigger bucket. Just a little larger of a dose this time around. The later you add the hops on most varietals of beer, the more it's going to contribute to the aromatic qualities. So Lizard's Mouth we like to use a lot. So here it goes. You should see a little bit of green foam pop up here in a minute. Right now we're in a stage of the boil called a whirlpool. And actually what we're trying to do here, you can just start to see it moving now actually, but we're trying to get it using centripetal force to basically push all of the solids to the middle of the kettle. What that's going to allow us to do is drop out a lot of the proteins and any other solid matter. That'll give us a cleaner product in the finish. It'll let us filter a lot easier, just overall cleaner product. So that's what we're going for. You can just start to see it move now. It's pretty cool. This one's fun to brew. Really, really great aromatics coming off the kettle.
People want to see products made locally. The idea of craft, I mean, this isn't just beer. This goes to kombucha. This goes to the locals farmers markets. I mean, for decades we got away and everything has been commercialized and mass produced, and people want to see where their whiskey's distilled and have that connection, because we don't have that anymore. And I think that was a big driver for craft beer. You know, you still want to support craft, true craft, and that's what, you know, we're an independent craft brewer. We're family owned, so you want to celebrate that and all those other people that are busting their butt and risking it every single day. I'm biased, but I think beer is, you know, one of the most amazing things in the world, just because it's more than just that product. It's something you share. It's a social product, and you know, it does amazing things to bring people together. It's a great thing for social atmosphere. It makes people happy.